more of myself on camera than becoming a whole nother character. So that character is, I think he's definitely like very close to me. Besides, I'm not an NBA ball player, but I got the talent to do it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think he was a very loving person. He had a lot of love for his mother, sensitive and still romantic, but you felt he was a man. And yeah, that's me.
I'll go back and watch another 10 times. One more question. I want to say something. Maybe you're not knocking down Will Smith and all that, but Will Smith doesn't have a bestseller yet.
How you doing? My name is Neil. I'm a senior. And my question is, what was your favorite song that you have ever produced, and why?
Well, I think, produce or create, because I never really produced as far as technical production, but as far as the song that I've created, I would either say I Used to Love Her, or I'm gonna have to go with The Light. The Light. I'm about to say The Light only because that song was the first time I saw, like, it really moved me when I saw like little young black girls singing the song, and it was like I was reaching another audience with it, and I found that it was inspiring to them, and I felt that young ladies of all nationalities could hear that and be inspired. Like, it was a loving song. So that song was probably one of my most, proud moments in songs. And then it was with Jay Dilla, who I love.
My name is Kanye Hood, and first and foremost, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you coming out to talk to me and all of us, our community. I'm sure that when you discovered your path, you were scared that maybe it might not happen. So my question to you is, how did you overcome that fear?
Yeah, good question. I think, what I did was at times, sometimes you get those challenges and you like, man, can I do this? And man, I would pray first and then just start realizing that, man, I put in work and I'm continuing to put in the work. And I'm meant to do this. I'm supposed to do this. I embraced that, and I knew that also, even when times where I came out with this album where it's called Electric Circus, and people was like, man, we ain't feeling that. You doing all this crazy wild. It was a combination of rock, hip hop music type. And people was like, man, we don't know if you can still come out with music. I just started believing in myself and working extra hard. Sometimes those challenges make you go even harder to do better. So I just really keep my eyes on what my goal is and my focus, and keep God first and do the work. When you do the work, you know that all the benefits will come,
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I think he got the mic.
All right.
It was cool. She was real cool.
Common. Again, thank you for coming. We all appreciate it here. I can speak for everybody. We all appreciate it. My name's Josh, freshman here. And Just Ray, since you met with players like Dwight Howard or D. Wade, who are also big influences in our society, how that influenced you as to become a greater person, since they were so great in society as helping out the kids and giving back to the community.
Well, I gotta say that I'm a big basketball fan, and Dwayne Wade is from Chicago, so I'm obviously I'm a big fan of his, and Dwight Howard is definitely a big fan of his because of what he's done as a basketball player. But what I got from them was they were just real good people too. Both of them had their own personalities, but both of them came in as just good people, humble and ready to do the job. And they stayed professional. They stayed professional and did what they needed to do to get the work done. So they didn't come in with that ego and just try to be like, I only got this amount of time. They did what they had to do to get the work done and were committed to doing it. So what I picked up from them was no matter what level you are, how much money you got, to keep rising, you have to always give it your 110%. Always give it the extra mile.
With you being the conscious rapper that you are and putting so much thought into your lyrics, what do you think about the state of hip-hop today? With you being a conscious rapper and putting so much thought into your lyrics, what do you think about the state of hip-hop today?
Okay, well, I think hip-hop needs to get some spiritual warrior put in it, like some soul put back into it. It needs a rebirth of, and not going back because it's 2011, but it needs like some artists that are willing to say, man, I'm gonna come out and make fresh music and still have some substance to it too. Still have something to say. I remember going up here at KRS-One and he said, you think I'm gonna get on the mic and waste my people's time? Step off with that weak shit. My thing is like, the music needs to be entertaining because people won't listen to it no matter how conscious it is if you don't make it entertaining and fresh. But you have a chance with the microphone to speak to multitudes of people that are going through different things. You got to offer some life inspirational moments. Music is meant for that too, to help heal, to inspire, to motivate. So we got to use our music. And hip hop as a culture started with that. So we got to use our music to help do that. And I don't think every artist is supposed to be that artist, but you can offer some songs if you got that inside you. And then we need some artists that just gonna stand on that. Like, I ain't scared to stand on that. I stand on what I stand for. That's humanity, that's God, that's love, that's, you know, I think there's artists out there, and I gotta acknowledge those artists like the Kanye West, who speak about life. As much as he might talk about anything else, he still speaks about his life and his experiences, and you can relate to that. Nas still doesn't. Young cats like Kendrick Lamar, and even if you just put in hip hop, just some cleverness like what J. Cole and Big Sean did. I don't care if it ain't. Sometimes just be fresh. I think Lil Wayne is fresh.
Hi, I'm such a big fan, but first off, I want to say that I respect you as an artist, as an actor, in all aspects. But I have a question. When was the first moment you knew that, like, this was happening? When did it hit?
Yeah, good question. I knew, okay, there's different moments that I felt it hit. The first moment was when they called me and said, yo, we want to sign you to your record label. That was when I was like 18 years old, and I was at school, at college, and I was like, man, for real, that was the first hit. And even before that, when I wrote my first rap and then everybody started singing it, I was like, man, it hit me that I could do this. It hit me that I had like something special towards that field. And that was when it hit. And then eventually it hit when I did The Light, and I felt that that's when it hit. And then that year beat, the year 2005, that's when I really felt that's when the culmination of all that hit really hit. Well, nice to meet you, thanks.
Okay, we have only time for one more. We have a student here with our word. Where is he? Wait. Anybody want you through? Painters.
Bill Davis, I'm a freshman. I was wondering, what is your most influential album?
Which part of the album influenced me the most?
Yes.
I would have to say Nas, Illmatic. I say that because I don't believe really anybody was rapping in that level, in that way, before he came out, 94. Even when I would hear Nas on this radio show called Stretch and Bobbito. One of my guys used to send some tapes to me to Chicago from New York, and I heard Nas spit those raps, some on Illmatic, and I was like, how is he saying all this? It was just like he was saying like think about on the life's a beat. He said, I woke up early on my born day. I'm 20 years of blessing, the essence of adolescent. Leave my body now freshen. My physical frame is celebrated because I made it. 1/4 through life, some godly like thing created. Got rhymes 365 days annual plus some. Load up the mic and bust one. Cuss while I puss from. My skull cause it's pain in my brain. Pain, money, maintain. Don't go against the grain, simple and plain. When I was young at this, I used to do my thing hard. Robbing foreigners, take their wallets, their jewels, and rip their green cars. Dip to the projects, flashing my quick cash, and got my first piece of ass. Smoking blunts with hash. Now it's all about cash and abundance. Brothers I used to run with is rich, or doing years in the hundreds. I switched my motto. Instead of saying F tomorrow, that buck that bought a bottle could have struck the lotto. Once I stood on the block with loose cracks, produced stacks. I cooked up and cut small pieces to get my loot back. Time is Illmatic, keep static like wool fabric. Pack a 4-matic to crack your whole cabbage. You hear that? You hear that? It's nothing you can do but be like, man, I gotta work.
Also, can you take my artwork?
Oh yeah, yes sir, that's incredible. This is incredible artwork.